Welcome into LFFO Primetime, your What to Watch For edition. I know a lot of you will be tuned into this game tonight. You Bills fans, GK Senior, the Pats fan. So great stuff going on. It should be a good football game tonight. And as always, with the Bills in play, we have a lot in play tonight. So let's talk about what is in play in these leagues. We'll start in the original league. Over here, Todd and myself have already won. We were already in the playoffs. However, Todd and I amongst a group of teams fighting for these bye weeks. Josh and Miles sitting tied with me right a game back of Todd. So one of these teams is going to lose and likely cost themselves a chance at a bye week potentially. However, Josh right now with a 12-point lead over Miles. Josh says Cole Beasley. Miles says Josh Allen. Obviously, you'd rather have Josh Allen, but you might rather have a 12-point lead as well. So this one to me is going to get kind of dicey if Josh Allen's throws to Cole Beasley a fair amount. So what's at stake here? This is really interesting. If Miles can come back to win, he's still very much in play for the bye week. However, if Josh loses, Josh is more or less out of this bye week discussion. And even if he wins, the bye week is going to get kind of dicey because Todd and I both scored significantly more points than Josh. So we'll see what's happening here. Eric, let's move on to him. Eric, 96, Matt, 78. Eric has Dawson Knox. Matt has Stefan Diggs. If Matt can win, he still has playoff hopes. Bill has lost this week. He would pull within a game of Bill. Their points scored are close enough that you could maybe buy an out. Bills does have a significant point scored advantage over him, but you never know. Anything can happen, right? And finally, Greg looks to have beaten Phil here. Certainly a big game for Greg if he wants to stay in the mix for the bye weeks. LFFL2, nothing to be decided. Andy, Greg, your winners, plus also Rand's Todd, Phil, and myself. All 3, 7, and 5 teams have lost this week. So Andy is now 2 up on third place. 3 up on third place. Greg 2 up on third place. Jeez. So we are looking at Andy and Greg kind of pulling away with just 5 weeks to play, getting some separation. Andy will still be a game up on Greg this week. All right, FFL3, we have your winners. Phil, Bill, Matt, Brandon, Todd, Matt have already won. Sean is beating Eric, who has Damian Harris. Eric is in the playoffs at this point. So that's a meaningful game for seeding, but not in terms of actually making the playoffs. Eric has already locked up his spot. Matt Merrill remains alive right here. It's going to come down to Matt and Todd this final week of the season. They're going to play, and Todd's game up, but Matt has more points. So if Matt can get the win, Todd can lose. Matt can very well get into the playoffs. LFFL 5, your semi-finals. We have Bill with Kyle Van Noy, Greg with Joy Empoyer. It looks like Bill's going to come out with a lead after week 1. This will be a 3-week semi-final. I have Stefan Diggs. Eric has Josh Allen, Teron Johnson. This is still anyone's game who has the lead after week 1. But the one I really want to talk about is the LFFL 7. I told you, with the Bills in play, we have a lot in play. Eric has 7 players involved this night's game. Greg has a 42-point lead on him in the elimination. Sean is safe and on to the next week, the championship week. Greg will get more points tonight. Jacoby Myers is replacing a 0, so every point Jacoby Myers scores counts for him. And if the Pats can score more than 12 points against Buffalo, they will start getting him some more points. However, here is his problem. Eric has Josh Allen, Mr. Trubisky, Matt Breida, Damian Harris, Josh Kumro, Emmanuel Sanders, and Dawson Knox. One of those QB scores will count. 2 of those player scores will be replacing zeros. And then he has a third. He has Adam Thielen, who, of course, left the game in the first quarter. So a third player just needs to beat a 1. So conceivably, if you can play this out, Breida, Damian Harris, Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox, all threats to score touchdowns. Those guys could all be getting points for him. And he's got Josh Allen, whatever Josh Allen does tonight. So a big game from Buffalo means Eric likely beats Greg and does not get eliminated. However, if the Pats can kind of keep the score down a little bit, you'll like Greg's chances to advance. So I'm really watching this one. It should be a fun one tonight. Very excited to see it. So, hey, join our DraftKings contest. Free to join. Get in there, get in the mix. I've already got my lineup started. Hint, I've got Josh Allen in my MVP category, meaning I think Eric might just pull this one out tonight. Good luck to all of you, and we'll be back for the recap later in the week.